chase the leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. You walk by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was
And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you say it like that? If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill. Take you like a
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet, hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down, we gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word, I know what's up, you can have it all. Watch me rip it off, I'll admit it, you got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we go and come harder. I can see you and I, way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. It feels right.
Hello everyone, welcome, and today we are going to be going ahead with the next heat for today, which is going to be the sport, school, female and youth. Let's go run through the names. We are 3 minutes away from the start. We got Isabel Ling, Abigail Ng, Chi An Chong, Yuhan Zhou, Elizabeth Sim, and Marsha Rauda Shah Raihan Shah. And we have 4 Singapore Sports School representatives today. And yeah, let's go ahead and let's see where we are at. It's a bit. Alright. So we are 2 minutes ahead, 2 minutes away from the start. The birds are chirping. And we are going ahead to see some good action today. The route, once again, is the same as just now. Let's go run through the route one more time if we can. Let's get the route. Okay. The route, just to quick recap, is going to be the Grand Central Circuit reverse. We're going in New York. It's a reverse route with a, I believe, 2.5 kilometer lead in, with a 8 kilometer plus, with a 6.8 kilometer run time, where there is a very steep incline into the hollow bridge and into the skies, and a very relaxing downhill. as we can see, actually on the previous race, we saw like the boys maxing out at around 60 kilometers per hour on the downhill. Let's see whether we can. Let's see whether the girls can do any better. So yeah, let's take a look at the Suffer Cam. Let's see our very prestigious riders going to be racing for us today. Once again, thank you so much, Singapore Sports School, for giving us the opportunity to let us showcase the talent that you all have. Alright, so let's take a look. The room is full of riders right now. We are 27 seconds away from the start. It's gonna be very interesting. I think we are going to be seeing like a very close fight. We're gonna be seeing a very close fight among the riders right here. Actually, let's go see the Suffer Cam again. As we are up and away, we have Abigail right off the bat going fast, and actually we have some familiar faces right now. All of them off the bat and into the lead up, which is like 2.5 kilometers. Once again, everyone is actually just going out blasting, and look at that, we have a cluster here. We have Yuhan just barely leading ahead of Isabel, ahead of Abigail, ahead of Chi-En. I don't know why Caleb is there. I am assuming that there's a misinput or something. I have Marsha followed by Marsha and Lisa. Unfortunately, I think Lisa is. Oh, I think Lisa is in Caleb's bike, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Let's see. We'll see whether we will see that get sorted out. But let's go focus on the front, where we are seeing like Chi-En and Abigail actually going a slight uphill. Both neck and neck still. Actually, quite scattered, the entire lineup right now. So the lead in is a lot more compact compared to the boys. We can see Abigail leading ahead of Chi-En just by a hair. Just by a hair. Well, not even halfway through actually. And we are already seeing some very fierce fighting from the rest of the field. Actually, no, it's a three-way tie for the first place between Abigail, Chi-En, and Isabel. Once again, going very close with each other. Oh, I think we're gonna see a break. I'm believing that this is Liza, who is in Caleb's bike. But let's go. I need to double check. Need to double confirm with the organizers if that is Liza, because yeah. Oh, Caleb is actually playing. Oh, Caleb is actually playing, so he is actually riding alongside the girls. So I believe that he might be pacing them, just or maybe just for moral support. But okay, but among the girls, we are looking at Abigail leading the pack, and actually no, Isabel. We are looking at a cluster between Caleb, Abigail, Chi-En, and Isabel. Alright, so let's take a look at Abigail. Calm and collected as like. Let's take a look at our rider today. As we approach the 1.8 kilometer mark. 2 minutes. If you do a 1.8 kilometer in 3 minutes plus on foot, you would be you will not be in Singapore. You will already be in the Olympics, because you will be in contention with Eliud Kipchoge's marathon record time, because that is crazy fast. now. I believe we are somewhat similar in terms of the pace between the girls and the boys, because we actually saw Caleb actually finished second on the previous heat, just with us today. Again on the next heat, I believe Caleb is breaking away, but leading the girls pack is Chi-Eun. I think we are almost done with the lead-in, with Caleb leading the pack. We are not sure whether Caleb will just break away, but Chi-Eun will remain first in terms of the girls. We got Isabel, I think, second behind Chi-Eun, and neck by neck. Alright, let's take a look at Abigail. Not trailing too far behind, and then followed by Yuhan. Then let's take a look at Elizabeth. And then let's take a look at Marsha. Alright, let's take a look at Caleb once again. A prospect in the making. Amazing pace he's setting out and setting the standard. Basically, second just now in the heat earlier, and leading the pack now for the girls. I think he's just out for a little bit of a joyride, or trying to set like a new PR. With Chi-Eun actually catching up behind him, breezing past him with Isabel. Oh my god, what a race we are having right now. Just 400 meters past the lead in, we are already seeing some racing right now. What? We have not seen this in like the previous heat, but now we're gonna be seeing a bit of racing right now. Although we are looking at like 3-4 watts per kilo. Caleb going at it right now, and Chi-Eun trying to find a break. I'm not sure whether slipstreaming does work here, but looks like Chi-Eun is going to break from Caleb. And I think we're going to a slight uphill here. We are looking at Caleb slightly plowing through and trying to find a break from that uphill, getting like at least a second off Chi-Eun and Isabel. The pack is still very close. It can be anyone's race still. Now let's take a look at Abigail, sorry. Oh, we have a camera on Chi-Eun. Focused on the race, locked in, yes. Absolutely locked in the race. That's what all the Gen Z, all the Gen Alpha people call it. You all gotta lock in for the race, you know. And not too far behind, we have Elizabeth, 29 seconds behind. I think she's also reaching that slight uphill that we saw Caleb, Isabel, and Chi-Eun and Abigail go through. And 7 seconds behind, we have Yuhan, followed by Marsha. And I think Liza is not participating. We have Caleb going down the downhill. I think he's just setting the pace. Can he go any faster? I think he's just gonna be going with the pack with this one. For all we know, that Caleb might be still has a lot of stamina in him, you know. We never know. Setting the pace, and now a second ahead of Isabel and Chi-Eun. The pack still being very close, especially Isabel and Chi-Eun still fighting for the first place for the women's youth heat. And we're just seeing, oh my god, just barely Chi-Eun just barely going ahead of Isabel. We might be seeing some more switcheroos, but then we're going to a slight downhill, and I think we are going to be reaching the bridge, which is a very long uphill. We're seeing Chi-Eun actually maxing out at 5 watts per kilo. Very high stuff. And here we go, we're at the uphill, and we are going to see them go neck and neck. Maybe not. Isabel is actually Isabel actually just got past Chi-eun and trying to get past Caleb. I believe Caleb is just trying to remain consistent. Isabel now leading the pack ever so slightly, just ahead of Caleb, who is also just ahead of Chi-eun. Now remember, this is a very steep uphill. It goes up, I think, up to the skyscraper level. I have no idea like what is like the actual metrics behind this, but you are like going up a really steep slope. And we are taking a look. I believe. Who is this? This is Isabel, who's number 1. I think she actually took part in one of the earlier races this year. Now really just competing with people her level. Good luck, Isabel. Now we are just seeing, I think, all 3 of them just trying to remain consistent. And we're seeing Caleb actually push away with almost 6 watts per kilo at that little burst of energy right there by Caleb. And he's actually putting away, wow, amazing stuff. He actually read that very well. Found a bit of flat ground and another uphill once again. Now we have, I think, a total of, two more uphills before we reach the Sky Atrium, which is already at like sky level, as you can tell, before a right-hander into a very long downhill. We saw like a top speed of 67 kilometers per hour recorded by, I believe that was the first rider. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was Jacob. Let's see whether Caleb can match that speed today, and let's not underestimate the girls here today also. Maybe they can get some serious wattage before we reach the downhill, or in fact, you know, get some speed down at the downhill. Right now we're at the 10-minute mark, around the same as where the boys did finish. I think I got news from yesterday that Willie actually finished this course in 18 minutes, so I am quite surprised, to be honest. So yeah, really just shows that there is like levels to the athleticism between the adults and kids, but the kids are not really, they are not as far off as the adults, as you can see. These are in fact the next generation of cyclists who might be competing, you know, locally and in fact internationally. Who knows, you know. We're seeing Caleb putting in, I think, 6.7 watts per kilo just now. Chi-eun barely trying to get to the top with Isabel. We're already kind of seeing like a little bit of a gap. Caleb right now, I think he's almost reaching the absolute top. Now we are going to see the entire pack spread out. I believe Abigail, Elizabeth, yes, we are looking at a very we are looking at a very wide pack right now. So everyone is really at this point running their own race, especially Caleb. Okay, so let's take a look at Abigail right now. One of the races, currently 4th place overall, 3rd place for the women's youth. Keep going. Really impressive stuff. They are basically scaling a building just uphill, and it's a very steep slope. Looking at like the speed they're going through, this is no joke. Really just shows how hard it is to really scale that uphill, especially in virtual cycling, you know. Because in the difference between virtual cycling and actual cycling is that, you know, you can technically gauge in real life, but whereas in virtual cycling you just really need to trust your gut and trust the raw power that you are putting out, you know, to the watt bike. So they are trying their best right now, as you can see. Okay, let's go focus on Chi-eun, who's currently leading the pack, going really hard at. Alright, so we are gonna take a look at the room right now. Everyone going at it, locking in, and yeah, taking a look at Caleb at the back there. Oh my god, just trying to push right now. And there we go, we see Abigail, we're seeing the rest. Shout out to Virtual Cycling SG for giving us all of the watt bikes to, you know, to really just showcase the raw talent that we are seeing here. Caleb actually 1 minute 5 seconds ahead of the second rider. Really just shows that this kid knows no bounds when it comes to stamina. He just completed 8 clicks today and he's still going. I believe he's trying to go for a PB, but yeah, Chi-En just slowly but surely going through the, I think probably the hardest part of the uphill, which is a right-hander into the atrium. I think it gets as steep as it can get right now. Isabel as well just getting into it. Oh, Chi-En just actually put up 8 watts per kilo, and once again just trying to get to the very top. Now this is no joke, as you can see, the amount of like raw strength that you really need to put into that last hurdle before you go for the downhill. She's very close to the top, and Abigail, I think she can see Chi-En in sight. As you can see at the render distance right now, they are not that far off. That's quite impressive, actually making a lot of time. 16 seconds behind, 15 seconds behind, 14, 13. Are we actually, it really looks like Chi-En has kind of grinded to a halt, and we are seeing Isabel catching up as well right behind Abigail. You need to put on some serious power just to overtake on this part of the uphill. Once you overtake on the uphill, and when you have like reached level ground, it's smooth sailing. You can get so many seconds off of it. Just need to trust your gut. I think they're all just trying to remain consistent throughout this entire race, and they're all trying to bang it on the downhill. And here we have Chi-En, first one to emerge from the treacherous uphill into the sky atrium, up in the skies, in the skyscrapers in Central Park, New York. Alright. I believe Caleb is already going to the downhill. Oh my god. And he does not look like he's making sweat. Oh my god, a thumbs up from him as well. Wow, absolutely phenomenal stuff from this little boy, bro. And here we go, 66, 67. Matching Jacob's speed down the downhill. Oh my god, amazing stuff. But let's focus on the girls right now. We have Chi-En just finding equal ground, and now she's at the atrium. A bunch of small uphills later, but I don't think it will phase them because it will not be as hard as the previous uphill, which is like really damn treacherous. Putting up 8 watts per kilo. I think she's in high gear, or like, sorry, in low gear. Just trying to find a very comfortable gear to work on, so that, you know, can build a little bit of a gap, because Abigail is right behind her. And Isabel is, I think Isabel is almost done entering the sky atrium. Just entering it actually. 23 seconds behind Abigail, with Elizabeth almost emerging from the treacherous uphill, with Yuhan almost a minute behind. We have, I believe, Caleb. Oh, I don't know what happened here. But oh yes, Caleb is in fact very much ahead of everyone else. That he has to be categorized at the very bottom of the... Oh, he's at the top again. Marsha on his on her own, still battling that uphill. Come on, Marsha, you got it. Let's take a look at Marsha right now. I believe we do have a camera on. I like how they are all like not breaking a sweat. Absolutely amazing stuff. I personally would not have... I would have been sweating buckets at that point, like sweating bullets, buckets, whatever the terminology or the expression calls it. This is very impressive stuff, because we are seeing kind of like a similar performance. I would say Chi-En is almost at like Nathaniel, very close to Nathaniel's time. I would believe that Nathaniel would be at the downhill, or at halfway through the downhill right now. So right now we're going to be seeing the first Women Youth down the downhill in Central Park. We're seeing Chi-eun averaging around 60 kilometers per hour. Can she add a little bit more power just to get a little bit more hit? Abigail as well, just tailing right behind. It's all smooth sailing from now. By now, the Watt Bike's gears might feel like butter right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the Rome Cam. I believe this might... Who's this? This is Chi-eun leading the race. Downhill right now. You are virtually feeling the breeze. I believe Caleb just finished his race at 19. Wait, what? At 19 minutes? Whoa. 19 minutes. That is so close to the... That's so close to Willie though. No? One of the fastest times actually. That is very impressive by Caleb. Wow. Impressive stuff. Now we're gonna be looking at Chi-eun going down close to ground zero. Averaging 50 kilometers per hour right now. Actually was going at 60 at the first downhill. I think she's just trying to ride it away. Yes. Just laying off the pedals for a little bit. But Abigail is really catching up. 1 second difference. We're almost gonna be seeing the pack kind of compact up just with the exclusion of Caleb. Both of them actually averaging like around the same speed. Abigail now trying to push Chi-eun, but Chi-eun is really just riding that downhill, and now they are both on even ground. Now it's all raw power until the finish. A slight uphill, and now we are, I think, few hundred meters from the finish. Now it's just between Chi-eun and Abigail for the first place finish, besides Caleb of course. We're hearing a lot of cheering from outside. Chi-eun really pushing. I think we see it, the finish line inside in the render distance. I really cannot see it. But it appears that Chi-eun might be taking the victory. 3 seconds, increasing the gap, pushing all the way. All the way. 4 seconds. Oh my god, what an amazing finish. Pushing all the way until the end. Chi-eun finishes ahead of Abigail, followed by, I think Isabel would be the third one. Okay, let's take a look at our race winner. Chi-eun, let's see, wait. Alright, Chi-eun, congratulations on the race. That is some impressive stuff. Adding three seconds gap after the downhill, that's very impressive. And now we're seeing Isabel, a previous race participant, finishing her downhill, going back to ground zero, way ahead of Elizabeth and Yuhan and Marsha. And I think she knows that that's a cue to just really push it to the finish, because Elizabeth can still catch up. She is still on the downhill. Alright, let's take a look at Abigail. She just finished her race. I think she was behind Chi-eun. Congratulations to her. Wow, these youngsters are like really not breaking a sweat, man. That's... I could never. I do not have the athleticism. And here we go. I think it looks like Isabel would be finishing on her own right now. But Elizabeth catching up 6 seconds. Oh my god, she's like right behind her. But can she close the gap? You only need a miracle. But she's closing it. 5 seconds left. Oh, but I think we are just looking at a very, 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 very noble effort from Isabel, finishing right in front of Elizabeth, who also just finished. And all we have is Yuhan and Marsha left in the race. Congratulations to Isabel. Very, very hard for a race. I would imagine that the uphill was completely killing her. That is very impressive. And now we're gonna be looking at Yuhan. I think she's going through one. I think her. This is the second downhill before we reach ground zero, and then she has a very comfortable cycle to the finish, I believe, because she's like 1 minute ahead of Marsha. But still, very, very valiant effort from both riders for completing this absolutely treacherous task of going uphill and downhill through Central Park. I would imagine that it's not easy for both of them. They might be finishing sub 30. Who knows? We are looking at Yuhan right now, almost finishing her race. Now this is the final stretch, and let's take a look at Marsha. I think she might be, might be going down right now. And yes, she is going back to ground zero. A minute behind Yuhan, but I think it really just shows that there is a very stark difference in terms of quality, but that does not completely determine the amount of bravery that they had to do today to come here in 10 AM in the morning and complete like 9 clicks of racing. As we're gonna see, Yuhan crossed the finish line as a finisher of the New York Central Park reverse race. So let's take a look at our finisher. Congratulations for finishing this race. Absolutely unbothered. I swear, they are alien. I swear. It's crazy how they are able to do all of this, and then I would imagine that they're just gonna go home and like, I don't know, like play Valorant or something. And we're gonna be looking at Marsha going down the final few hundred meters of this race. Under 30 minutes, congratulations to her. Very, very impressive. It is not easy at all, but congratulations. Let's take a look at her finishing her race live right now. As she crosses the finish line, congratulations. Locked in all the way onto the finish line. Holy moly. The birds are chirping, guys. The birds are chirping. Good stuff from the riders today. Yeah, I would imagine that this is exactly how I basically imagined it to be. You know, the race being absolutely exciting, the lead-in being quite challenging for the front four, including Caleb, I believe. And very glad that we have a very exciting race from the girls and Caleb today. And of course, very impressive showing from our winner, Chi-En. And of course, let's not forget Marsha for completing the race. Just give a round of applause to her. Shout out to Singapore Sports School again for giving us such an amazing pool of talent. And that will conclude today's women's youth race on the New York Reverse Central Park. So yes, thank you all so much for watching, and let's take a look at the room right now. Yeah, we will see you guys next time for the next heat. Alright, see you guys. Bye bye.
I'm Ijun. With a rich background in management consulting and business development, I'm spearheading our mission at Virtual Cycling SG to make Singapore a front-runner in esports cycling by 2029, leading the transformation of cycling with strategic partnerships and innovative technology. Our vision is to elevate this sport to global competition levels, creating a thrilling and unifying experience for athletes and fans alike.
I'm Doreen. At Virtual Cycling SG, my role is to leverage my expertise in exercise science and my experience at the Singapore Sport Institute to integrate esports cycling into schools as a co-curricular activity. This initiative will engage more young people, equipping them with the skill for future competitions and a lifelong appreciation for cycling and fitness.
I'm Darren. As a national cyclist and a graduate in sports science from NTU, I know the transformative power of cycling. At Virtual Cycling SG, we are dedicated to create a sustainable model for esports cycling that's not just accessible, but designed to last and flourish. By 2029, we aim to see Singapore excel in esports cycling, supported by a robust community platform that fosters growth and passion.
We are Virtual Cycling SG.